When the boat was torpedoed, what happened to you? When your boat was torpedoed in the war?
Well, there was I was 9 o'clock, before 9 o'clock, me and another fellow went to the hammock with hammocks to sleep in. And we was just there for a short time when there was a bump. You just nearly thought it had struck a tree or something.
Was it in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, or at night?
Night.
At night.
At night,
you were,
that's right.
You were
9 o'clock, it went right on there like it's down. And I had off my clothes. There was a stair to get up the platform.
To the deck?
The deck. And everybody was just went up together because it was bloody. So I took my time and I even put on my helmet and my caddy. My caddy, I don't even that on.
Was that the soft? Is that the soft hat, the caddy?
The caddy, that's what like what I've on today, but khaki like, you know.
Yeah, the khaki.
I went up there, and of course the boat we'd all got trained about which boats wouldn't if anything happened.
Aye.
Where I was supposed to go, there was somebody on it already, too much already.
On a lifeboat.
And I got there. We did get a length of going down steps towards it, like, and the lad was coming behind me. It was a county council lad, and that's his last of my caddy. He stood on my head, and my caddy went into the water.
He stood on your head.
And I shouted, and by this time there was foreign lads. It was manning the boat. They were throwing down the boats. Were supposed to be going in there to rescue. They were jammed, a lot of them.
Yeah, so they were.
And so they sat and down. What do you call that?
What? Oh.
Eh?
Some sort of floats for people
yes,
to
like
jump.
a sledge and something like that. Just wooden things for it. You can hold a few, I forget, 8 or 9 I suppose. I think. But I didn't like it. They were throwing them down from the top of it. I said to that lad, I said, back on the deck, I said, I'll get one of that thing from our head. The way time we went up here, I didn't like a look at that thing, like. And but there's one or two of them jammed. So there's one or two of us tried to leave them up. The first one that we got released, it was jammed. I wasn't down far at that time. It struck the next deck and up the ribs down, so that was finished. And so we was looking at the next one that would tackle. And there was a lad that was all covered with blood. And he was standing with a lad. He was like one of the old office lads, like. And this lad that had the blood coming from different places, he asked if I could help him out.
Yeah, if you'd look after him.
And the lad who was with him was a corporal and our office. He was in a daze, he was standing, but he couldn't expect I was speaking of it.
No.
And he says, well, if you get off, will you help us? Me off? And I says, well, you look after back and I'll definitely come back. So we got one that was jammed, and there was officers. There was officers helping her, of course. And we got this one off. And by the time we got this one off, it was just very near level with the water. Yeah. And this officer guys, it was in with something taken out water. They were all busy. And I says, what about this lad's just injured here? And the ship's mate was the man who was across it, and he says, you go and get them. So I went across, and the lad seen me coming, so we walked across. He says, you get into that boat and get into the centre and look after them. So we got into the boat and got away from the boat. We just was maybe here to Donny's house there, and it went down. There was a whole great cheer got up. So now that had been the time at the boat that we were supposed to be on was away, and the sea was so rough. Oh. It actually we got into there was just one destroyer with that, and we managed to get on that before all the rest of them had got boats.
Oh, I see.
We were there and there. And
But you wouldn't have seen very much, would you, if it was dark by then, was it?
well, it wasn't dark, but I remember there was waves up it. Oh God, I wouldn't like to say. I know, that's one thing that I've always regretted. I helped that two lads on there, and then when I got close to the destroyer, there was rope ladders on the side of the destroyer. And you know, there's some of them when they got as near the boat to get onto this thing, and some of them were down when they were right at the bottom.
And then the boat would go up a...
and when they were halfway up, the boat was, I'll bet you some of them were open legs again. And I think, my gosh, I'll make sure I work it up at the top of the hill before I grab one of that things. And I did grab that, and when I was top now, I was in the fire, one major was there, he said, "That's you, Corporal Ingram," and I said, "Yes, sir." He says, you walk along that road, you might get somewhere to lie down, and this is the story. And I did get through there a while, but I come up on those pails, there were pails, and I never was sick in a boat before that time, but all the noise of this sickness.
Everybody gets sick.
Yeah, in a boat there, I was in a boat and I had to get rid of what I had in my
but that was probably shock as well.
When I come away from there to walk, I just walked for an hour to sit down. I met one of the sailor lads, he says, "Look, Jock," he says, "see that, what do you call it?
Hammock?
Hammock. You see that hammock in the corner there? That's mine. You go up there and lie down." I went up there and lay down, and
didn't remember much after that.
I must have fallen asleep just immediately. Now walking, and when I wakened up now, I had a look around to see the floor by this time was just a mass of people lying on the floor. There's nobody looking down. And there was one of the lads that was in our company. He wasn't just altogether right, like a jokes. But at the same, when we were in the destroyer, before I got off with there, he was in the canteen, he was filling his pouches, cigarettes and things like that kind. And I said, "Jock Melton, you silly so-and-so." I said, "You didn't come in, no, you'll never get off of this place." But this time I was going across to get that two lads, you see. So he did get off. So when I was looking around there and I started waiting, I seen him, you see, and some of the lads were saying, "He's dying for a smoke." And I said, "Jock Melton."
You didn't say anything?
I said, "Jock Melton, could you not help that lad that's dying for a smoke?" "No, Bella," and I said, "Come on, no." I said, "Just give them one packet, that's all they need." So he did give it.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? People hang on to things like that when they're just had a life
maybe he was a softness about him. I don't know what happened to him. He was my head after that. But, well, we got onto that destroyer, and that was my first few hours sleeping. There was a sailor Mohamed.
And did the destroyer just turn back for Britain?
No, they didn't even know. You see, it was a torpedo or what was it?
Right.
So there was just one destroyer, so it couldn't stop long. That's why we was fast on. You see,
had to keep going.
More or less kept round about, and us being fast. We was on early, but
until they picked everybody else up. Yeah.
But no. And then after I was up and going around, I had a look around, and I found some other lads, and some of them was badly hurt. There was two of them with a broken back, like, and said to me, could I needed somebody to help. And the Prophet was one of them. He says he went to passport, and he said just in agony, and he couldn't do it. He said. So I went around. I got a chef's officer, and I tried to tell him about this, and he didn't go very far. He came back and he says, "The doctor's done everything in his power they can do. They'll just wait until we get off at Greenock." So I went back to the boys and said, "Some of them real bad." Like, and when we landed at Greenock, we was going to camp there, but they were taking him to hospital. And of course I was more or less told to look after that lads. which I did do. I was looking after them, but when the ambulance had taken all my way, and I got up off the boat, I found that I got to the hospital. They were going to take me to the hospital. I said, I'm not going to the hospital. I'm not going with me. But there was one of the civilians said, I'll take him to the where the barracks where I go. And so
you got a lift there.
There was some of that lads. I worked in the hospital. One of them was a mechanic in Inverurie with me before we went away. He was one who was in the hospital, and there was a driver at I was in the Bellas reading, and listening to the Bellas and doing mechanic early. They all went to the hospital, and to this day I don't know why they were not there. Whether it was near or something, but how it was like. But no, I got home. I got leave, a survivor's leave. I got home. You know that was the worst leave that I had during the war. I mean, you remember the Sergeant Major, for instance, he was an Englishman. I still remember him this day. And he was just at his last gasp saying help, like, and then his head got underneath, like. It was just nice to.
It all came back.
Before I was thinking about that, I was home and leave, and even years after that, long as I was we was landed at South Kent at Datland, where the Battle of Britain was.
Oh yeah.
In fact, everything. Where we got our food and where canteen, all that thing was mashed. We finished up there for a time there in a blanket at night and get out in a big tree, laid back, sleeping outside.
Under the trees.
And there was one night it was down at Kent with a Liberty truck that was down and walking back. It was way by the after. And the road back, it was a nice wood with wheat oaks that's what we in their blanket. We had a look at and see what it it happened, it was for us. And we heard a shout, what the hell are you doing here? Private property. And I happened to be the only one with steps on my legs. And I said, I'll go and speak to the man. Like. And I told him like it wasn't doing any harm. I said we usually go to the other side of the aerodrome and get a wood and a blanket with us. I said, well, no intention of doing any damage. So when he heard my story, he says, how many of us are? I said, there's 4 of us. He said, would you like to sleep in a summer house? And I said, a summer house? He says, yes. He says, it's in trees, it's quite shut up and nobody sees you there. And I says, yes. He was a doctor, so
right.
So we get in there. I think it was 3 nights or something. We were
back right.
There.
Well.
We didn't tell anything.
No, I bet. It's worth
and then when we went back from there, it was really real bad. There was a when there was an area which was very open there. There was a moat, you know, there's trees in the middle, and there was a big hollow there. We used to go in there to shelter until there. One of that days, there was the lads that was guard. They couldn't have been in the night duty, and they were not sleep. They had a heart attack. They were sleeping outside the here. They were not going landed in them, and they were just going to bed sleep. But after we just a certain time there with the strain it we had with that. Like, but as long as my feet was in the
ground, you were happy.
In fact, when the year was on, I was working on a motorbike or something. The officer at the head, like, he was like, come on, Corporal, it's this time we should have here. I get down there and I used to take my writing pad and I used to do my writing at home.